Now I'm an excavator 2 years. Yeah, the way Dinano said, now why I say, now what Betty started say, a moose shewa. Who you all should be back at you as a cake? The way I see here, you need discipline go for. When you say, I'm not a young woman, some woman feeling. It's and then the men was I too. It's a mean cool. Kingpin, the friend, tell them
you are same with the SRPA. Thank you. Actually, I'm a mouse shabona. I'm not an idea excavated to know like a what was near. Actually, we are here. Actually, twice about 2-3 times a while. Which I. The castle qua Kingpin is mouse a qua unquo. Workers on one cast uncle non quay and idea. On those who name said on those uncle. Eventually, Galamsey will be a bitch. I welcome you to my channel once again. This is Anti-Partisans. And today, this is an interesting video. It's a really interesting video. It's supposed to be long, full of a panel of gentlemen who are really insightful. To my surprise, I think there's a lot I can learn here. So, but I wanted to, take this small part. Some part I kind of showing. I mean, blow the up because I think what the guy said is really interesting. I want to say something about it before I move on to the main story. It's quite long. So let's get on to the video.
Asam Ivan Akaninia, but Meteonia no my dear meet Ivan you see Captain any Ghana for 18 years you say Ghana for nya chumdodo. The level of hypocrisy will chrome no fellow Ghanaians nya chumdodo. Captain, in the less than 9 months nipa bi mo atena hu the deterioration level of
but your point of correction. Maybe the word nyachum no. I just plainly believe that people who subscribe or commit to evil acts such as nyachum work on wisely, like hypocrisy. I just believe that they are confused. Like if you really knew, and I say if you know the consequences that would follow an actioner, like if you knew. And like you be a little bit cautious because who himself who do be born and what do, but you're putting yourself in danger too. No matter what you do, you pay for it. So I mean, who say people don't know that almost subscribing to this reality of hypocrisy. Say, Adibi ohonoma so obija and yet, but maybe they may like. I don't know. Many sure say they know what they are doing. It's like they are digging their own grave, but in their mind, since they are fulfilling their immediate need, oh, nyamepeno, mayame huatomi, out of subscribing to the consistency of reality. Say, I don't know. No credit say baby a done fato. Enti because of say obi any wonti, obi mame bribe. It was a magic. But me pia monti ana ba be condemn me amount for say mo obi an bribe like. You see, like, say the bad before feeling, hey, it be a neddy, me feel say, me rea kokona mo, oh, and will be mammy bribe, dear enemy, mention I'm in fan rea kokona, like, now want to walk, but in the long run, what trading in something very important, like a part of you are, it's very important and essential too, but then it's no more. You bet me and make it, like, you can recompense for it to say, bet me, I make it, I drink such and I say, efforts are able to media a clear or karma, just like some people say, but you won't be the same, either for better or for worse. So, Mimi who say life in idea, it all comes down to equipping yourself with knowledge. If you know what you're doing, no matter where you are, no matter the time, no matter the location, no matter any factor or parameter, you know, say, baby, I didn't done. I was all the two. Name will be my can't me mo bi me security camera nti so me mo bi monitor one na say me mo bi surveil one say na why ne me mo bi restrict one na obi ntiatia na obi mbo me ma bi nsi e ma ne nya punishment and say na won hu say wo hu nyansa ansa. Like you get to know the world that you find yourself in, you get to learn about yourself, and then you learn about the place and also the position where you can fit yourself in, your niche, so that you can commit yourself in a reality that's consistent to your existence. Into one out of place, you see, say you continue to get respect from time to time because of your consistency in character. Until you name say nipa wido nipa bone for you hunu we famous, there be a budget or so nipa we famous by all of a sudden say nipa no osisa no be nipa papa don't say you huna like you praising them more by if say who ye nipa papa na say normally we pretend say we nipa bone for na say secret nipa apontia obi ampe wasem on say nipa bone for na we nipa bone for consistently you huna ye man fancy praising. But when now your papa na woody bonisi, so born in a woody ne pia bontia, you won't say we upon some crossing will be. Indeed, Mimi Hun say, although find they are hypocrites, but because say it is lack of knowledge. I'm not saying say the people in the country are not knowledgeable enough. We are. We have some very intelligent people in the country, but it is our subscription to reality. I think our motivation towards how you construct reality. I think say eno na ya na informing how we utilize our systems, like our you see our operations, you see approaching certain things. Because I remember say my big brother can say me says yes the war if you were raised in a house cheating and lying is a normal thing. It becomes part of you. Although you try to stop, but sometimes it becomes one of the solutions that you resort to. Obi a ono yante tenesa enka ho kra ba wo eba count. So there's a probability say when you find yourself in a situation ya obetimi atwa na so obetimi awiade. So mimi hu say it all comes down to knowledge. It all comes down to knowledge, like programming. Think you betimi asuade hu your left and right a you betimi hu ekwan a e wo se e fa so na ekwan a eni kwan say e fa so. So I agree. So let's continue.
Galamsey and the effect what ye organ so. Now you see, me, I'm one person. I was never part of the people who are advocating for state of emergency. I was campaigning for leadership to rise up and use the constitution, the laws, the powers to exercise and lead the people. Now down Kufuado, one of the president I still love and I will continue to love with one statement he made. Now let's be citizens. Citizens are not spectators. Citizens are not subjects. Indeed, we need to be citizens. Captain, yet.
Well, I didn't think Papa will say, but you're sorry. I'm person me interruption kitua with an ambitious question. And then Papa will say, what can say we need to be citizens, but not spectators. We need to be citizens, but not subjects. Like, and then why? And then they see like, and then one, and then will be catcher now, and then who? Mimeti, I say I understand the world sort of like appears like how you want it. It all comes down to projection. Adia usuru and you know na misuru. All because of say you are projecting something onto some certain object. You will never go more so ija. You will do on ma or tell the word ija kwa na hoshim. Enti edena papa we so hu. That means say o project bibi me bwana. Enti one says that kind of emperor, that kind of authority wakasa obi enti you know. And nunti na ma nebe ka say. So let's continue. It's no longer so now what you, but you see, say people still supporting, and then I mean, so answer from sending me see a casa about knowledge. Maybe when say if people really knew that this is what is going on now, maybe they can make informed decision. If I get the opportunity to talk to Mr. Rafa, I will see something convincing and I'll be pizza. So let's continue.
TSC will be Korea upon chair, and then you better know. So we could appointing a China. We are arresting the person on the basis of criminality. And I'm a boy. Son and the Pebisua or no what say assassin. And I what say in Suno. Or also what or minor mra, which is a criminal offense as well. I didn't think as I panadi. Yen said that set committee. Yen kubi. Yen kosia unipa. Yen tenase. See, ye dear go or my and sometimes I feel the pain within. Galamsey nipa dodo sen in the enti o Galamsey nkum. Apart from enkola enya issues out of the effect of Galamsey directly no. Galamsey menkai ne busuafo yaw, menkai na nyonkofo yaw. The same Galamsey ya de ku Major Mahama. The same Galamsey enreti nipa 8 ewu. Helicopter na kobo on put say betumi atofo fro because the modern type of that Z9 no less than $10 million. It's betumi atofo fro, but one life is worthless. Ya train nipa 8. Oh no, John Dramani Mahama ye president in there. Ni twetwo mutwo pa.
It looks like that I'm saying as me as a superpower bigger than it is.
Akoka. What are you waiting for, Mr. President? What I mean, Satamel se fa na se na running mate ninti or the kakra poni mi hu abotra ne do so do minim se wona nkoko di fada o e na yan fa no se
me de papa na botre ne de I applaud him for it. Say a genuine nko ade was abotre de I do not know any circumstance and say any situation abotre cannot be applied to. I don't know. Adibi away advice so say be careful like bad advice like be careful is always a good advice so
now could this offer and I come for yes you John Mahama no minim I say so for sem woni mudodo no one that say obedi president the first 2 months na ya soleko asidaye
no like you do not make fun of somebody for being like well get yourself as a gentleman. Yes sir, you are ruining the image for people who aspire to become like that. Like don't do that because you are I mean I don't know what to
we have gotten to the time they need to recognize their founder of their party and know what he stood for. And radicalism, we need to be very straight with ourselves, rise up upon all odds and say enough is enough. Yeah. How many people are we going to wait to lose and Sanya Soliakasa?
But when him say there's a slight possibility, say, although sir declaration of state of emergency, some kind of agenda, NTC for no initiative, although by Mimi Huni say there's a reality here. NDC for no perceive MPP for push of the president to declare state of emergency. Say it's like they are trying to force him to sort of like make a mistake. I can see how they perceive it to be so because come on, I mean in this modern era, Rollins is not the best of example to copy from. Like in this age, you shouldn't like. Yes, although he's there, he caused some political revolutions and he's an interesting man. He's made in a way I sort of respect him. I do not understand the controversy, but he's part of history. During their days, it was it was I mean, can say it was normal, but now you won't know man for a moment stop it. Like bravery was not that there. So okay, will be bibia not obey. Me can't say by force, by me journey to tomorrow. Like come just kill me, I'll just die. You do that if you want to go step 2, go step 3. When you remember was now afraid the only me money na pokwa more than now yan near ninja cry. Like now I'm defiling freedom cry. Enti me nya sure say Uba be site JJ Rollins say omunsua emfini chain and found new solutions be apply in this era dear. So I understand how the NDC people they can perceive it to be that way. But you see this whole state of emergency declaration is important. Maybe that from my point of view, I think it's important because the Galamsey war has been going on for a long time. Now, they should have declared it during the NPP time, but they didn't. And here is how I come declare no NPP time because let's all be honest. when it comes to traditional way of doing things, I think the NPP people, they excel far way better than the NDC people. The NDC people, they have become like, they are sociable, like they know how to talk, they know how to razzle dazzle. But when it really comes down to action, they really pull their punches. It's like you don't find them anywhere near action. It's all about talk. Let's settle. So let's continue. I don't want to talk too much. I think I'll have a chance to talk about all these things. But for now, let's just watch this video.
Na me ne me di nkomo bi. Na nipa ni raise concerns. Captain Oko USA. Enduane a efri egu shops mu anko photo di no. You can identify say aduane we, body we, potato we efri Jamaica na eba, we efri ha na eba, we efia na eba ana meboa. Me pa chaw your last fufu e kwatena atwa ba bi di ye say aduane no efri ekurube so na bai. Banchi e di wo fufu tomatoes aye kraba jena ye de ye nnuane amaye no efri fa na eba. It's how can you even identify say we efri Galamsey kro we mu na eba na aye contaminated and answer ye contaminated? Nobody is checking. Yenia ye hwe insuo no na yenya nipa eno Ivan kan ho asem yenya nipa kwatena president enim se biota fracha nye obi a na president enim efutuo ne da okonya no so obekasa. Oh, President, when we look at the index and the contamination level upon the research that has been made by the Brofo, we are doing well, pa. Na me pacho doing well. In so ya wa wo kase doing well. Ya the man say fe bi dwale ya, obetumi di dwale. Ya the man say for ma okraman wo fi a, obetumi di amano. And one of
at the same time, although NDC for no they can perceive the MPP pressure to be like person force declare state of emergency. We want to normal handle at any basa afina I say reputation. I mean that can clearly a bit me in the political parties like once. That is why it's a state of emergency. The more it's like bet. The more odds what form na reward ne question. The more power exertion in government question. Not the risk of losing everything, your grip of everything entirely becomes higher. Like you are increasing your own risk. Until nobody really wants to step that far. So I understand how they are reluctant when it comes to the declaration of emergency. Because already on their agenda near day. By introduce to the whole political atmosphere. It was a brilliant idea, it was a brilliant solution. But I think even though you can have all the ingredients, sell the barb and want your love, but when you the proper person to cook it, to cook the food, you end up having something. And I say, although same ingredients, but you see the taste depends on the cooks. And if says and can people there was to send them handle state of emergency, different from sending and can this for me handle state of emergency. By at the same time, no, this sort of like makes you want to ask this question like, then why didn't the NPP, who, according to traditional ways, no, they are equipped to handle like issues of power structure and restructuring? I don't know. I didn't know to me and declare state of emergency. I didn't know the people who has the high potential. I mean, can't send this phone to me new. I'm just saying, because of they have roots like me kind of NPP, they are old. They are older than NDC. They are the traditional foundation of the whole political system. It's like NPP and NDC are corrected. Sanity. It is NPP yana sanko yana NDC ababe jino are correcting ye. NDC niso yana so ani yana NPP ababe twaso. It's like one is there to keep the other in check. But you see, both of them operate on different political fundamental principles. Until there was some time, and I say there was some time frame here, we will need MPP in power. There was some time frame here, we will need NDC in power. Same as we are sent to country be about any Ghana ever to your political party be on their ideals and I say their ideals and our political principles. No, a support to say like in an arguably way to say see di omomra so and I say so be take control. You bet me a winning to kwa. There was some political party be on it will grow won't talk. They don't turn Yisika Usubi to say, and to Quackro Monco, into the country be near Ubabu. So, into your time, I hear Quasian Penny. Any what time ye nyansani. Any what time ye obia ninsem ewo. Any what time ye obia unima mikako. Like say what time biane personal here for any type of occasion. That's the reason why political parties no a different people. So let's continue.
The things are people keep saying sometimes I sit back and I'm like inti ye per se abai we faili president ni faili don mahama reputation be no di kofie ye kan wo ka say oh ya de pa na wo three exams na so wo twa 10 so wo twa na so faili abai ba power
no me dear 10 now no work no so see a student in year 2 ba ko twa 10 ba ko twa 2 ye wo twa 10 na the first nti se ni city pia na di budget ye beka so ya ade mu government buy no wan be no poto eno waja hoko obi buy no waye bibi kakra odo ba bi sei ba bi su yeye nti wanya dai na ni budget obe celebrate. Let's continue.
Yes, all my license be as obi afen to Galamsey. One of the things are what am I be bremo omutumi to pompa traceability. How they are able to trace and no more be almost resolve it. So when we come to the Galamsey effect now, one exactly. When time men put a who say every way na didn't start here pa na men start here no forex XYZ and na to me same pa why would na ye adwuma wom yanko show because in the captain and common air cost pa no oh Galamsey na jinsem aban we ba ye aban yate. One of the people I will always stand up for and recommend Erastu Sasaridonko. He has done astutely well in the fight against Galamsey. Or upe obi a obetumi aboaye forester yedi hwan mu de kose mu ye ebrebe ya oka ho obetumi amabi o man peyi John Dramani Mahama nto ne nsamfre no Flagstaff House wo abante ebra betena se forest way ebrebe na yekoye eduma wo hwan mu na na ewom no monko form mbra yes say climb does not expire
report na akura dada
ebi ho ebi ompe
da bi report na da ministry ho eda ho
Intomuni. No, so indirectly no na chomna make no enwa.
Also now we have an individual. Here's the reason why I say if I get the chance to talk to this guy, many be didn't come. Now we have an individual. All the things that he's explaining, like anyone walking all the complaints and answer all these points that he's pointing out. They existed during the time of Nana Dankwasu, but woman respect was sorry at Nassina, woman Crusade Pipia. But at the same time, I don't say a catcher will be political party say, Omomi a hypocrite. Because Omu can be say, you'll be and yet by Omoba, they are doing the same thing. But Musu Sanamuye. And although I can understand the tenses of it, say, see how the Mumuna Moya hypocrisy. First, they were hypocrites, but Sisia Omojai. Because Sisia Imona Motiso. And it's almost as if say, wow, better not to be a hypocrite. Because Antamano Motisono, they were hypocrites. Omufi is not feeding Omojai. Antamana this if one tisono, they were not hypocrites. But Omba better not so, I feel Omba be a hypocrite. Like you understand. It's me say these two parties that they contradict themselves, no more so. Like they contradict and agree with themselves. No more sense, no more kuntokwa. Like either they contradict or agree, they fight. Like they are just putting on a spectacle, like some kind of theater being no more. So, like you see, this is the reason why I set up my channel. It is an anti-person. Many party be. I just see it and say it how it is. I'm just trying to level the playground for young citizens. This is not for these people in politics. Like we have relied on them for a long time, and I mean they have produced some results. But any results beyond the produce then it takes us back. Like questionable. They do not ask anything about anything. They won't pay piano. So let's continue.
And at the end of the day, Captain, may come a last court when I was reminded for this same Galamsey fight. Me mama print at Adibi Breme. Now, some be true woman. May you sure say judge any better name, you know. ohun se me kasa chele no. That is either we speak up now or the future awaits us all. Adeɛ na ɛbobɔ ba ne yɛ di agorɔ te sɛ hwinsi ye no bibi siba na yɛ twɛn na adeɛ de bia mete sɛ ɔmanpanyin ka ne sɛ when it gets to the time of declaring the state of emergency I will do it. Ɔmanpanyin, I am not one person that will subscribe to the state of emergency. I am someone that is subscribing to the fact that we have soldiers, we have police officers that are willing. In fact, Captain, we studio ha. Yeah, my police phone boom countless of times and me found going. Come on, now we don't need to phone boom down phone call. Let's stop this hypocrisy. There are certain young men in this country, even in your government, and remember Bakudi, Mustafa Bandi, one of the people, Semana, yeah, man, crying with Chromia. So you so now, you know, that the tribunal commander who say, or you're the Casano, Eddie Duma, I shall go for me more on ma. 2028 in point two, not to talk of yes, year bar. Now, Ghana, and I hear they say, let everybody fail. Let me come and replace and do you the same. Enti say Galamsey na ni etu a mosoma ba mosoma meyebi we mosoma nkobisi na yete
na we the system ben no enti it's almost as if say like we accepted the reality say we will fail, so let me do it gracefully so that when the next person comes on also be thinking about be fail bi no it will be undamaging won't say I will succeed, so let me try and work hard towards success to yeah more yeah I think it's up to us. I think it's up to us because it's too much. Engaging in public discourse and finding knowledge, equipping myself with information and power, helping us to make informed decisions. I think that's the only power that we have. The only power we have is our ability to make decisions and sort of like certify people, accepting people for who they are. If somebody is an evil person and then we accept that person for who they are, they see themselves to be good. So conscience, yes.